Hello everyone and welcome to Longer and Harder, the show on the internet where we take a subject and we go deeper. How are you all doing today? I hope you're having yourselves a wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon and everyone is having a good time. We have ourselves some good people in the chat. We got Hello Microbloganism and GeoStreber and Amelia Crowell. I hope you're having yourself a good day. I'm slightly disappointed about the Bud Light thing. That's a thing. Hello Luke, how are you? Geo says that I should be afraid. I should be very afraid. Afraid of what? I don't know. Something, apparently. Oof, oof, oof. So Geo, I think Geo has warned me. And I think he's getting his revenge because I spoilered his move to Denmark last week. That was last week, right? Yeah. I spoilered his move to Denmark. By the way, he's moving to Denmark. It's really cool. He's got a cool job and good job at a somewhere doing something, I'm assuming, and something for his doctorate program. So either way, it sounds cool. He gets to live in Denmark now, which I'm sure is better than Germany, but I'm a little iffy on that. So that's kind of cool, but I ruined it last week, so now he's getting revenge. I don't know how. And I'm slightly scared, only slightly scared. Not like full out scared. So yes. So welcome everyone. We have ourselves a wonderful show ready for us to do today. How's it going, Jelly? When I met my future boss for the first time 2 days ago, he was wearing a Grumpy Cat t-shirt. Ooh. That's pretty cool. All right. So, with that said, hello, Jelly. We got housekeeping. Housekeeping is actually probably the most exciting part of today. So next weekend, this coming weekend, Future of the Peoples, March 6th and 7th, and 8. 8 is also a thing, but March 6th and 7th are the ones that I care about because I'm going to be part of them. If you don't know, I have been working with Essence of Thought on their fundraiser. I've been helping out with tech support. Yeah, tech support in the background, and I've been helping with like OBS setup and whatnot. And they have themselves a stream set up for next three streams set up for next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 6th, 7th, and 8th of March of 2020, People of the Futures. And if you would like to go, so the background stuff, they are raising money for a legal fund. Because they have made a couple of videos on Graham Littlehan, the one of the writers of Father Ted, who is a transphobic asshole, and they've made a couple of videos pretty much calling them out for supporting like conversion therapy and a bunch of other horrible shit because he's a horrible person. And so Essence of Thought has called him out. There's been a few other people who have called him out, and Graham has pretty much gone out and threatened a bunch of people with legal ramifications for calling him out, for calling him a transphobe. And Essence of Thought is trying to raise money for a legal fund in case they get they have to go and do a lawsuit thing and whatnot. And if they don't, that's all going to some trans charity or trans either charity or fund of some sort for legal stuff. I forget the details. They probably know better than I do. But it's all, either way, it's going to go to a good cause. And the way that this is working is they are doing 3 streams, 2 D&D sessions, Monster Park and Terror of Graham, right? Is that right? I'm trying to read them now as I go through here. The Terror of Graham, yeah. So they're doing those two. I will be participating in both of those. So on the 6th, I will be at Monstrous Park, and on the 7th, I will be in Terror of Graham, playing as a couple of different characters. So if you want to check me out playing D&D, I will be there. Exciting things about that is that on Friday, you will have me. You will have the one and only Microbloganism, who's in the chat, probably saying things, but I'm ignoring the chat and being good and staying on subject. Microbloganism, Chrisiosity from Chrisiosity, and Kevin Logan from Kevin Logan. So you will have the 4 of us doing Monster Park. So that'll be exciting. That's going to be a really cool team. We actually had Kevin Logan, Chrisiosity. Micro and I played with Kevin Logan last night, and that was a lot of fun. If you want to go check that out on Christy Winters' channel, it was a good times. I think his character is Kevlor, and I think he's playing that character on Saturday as well. I'm still finishing up my character, but it'll get there. I think I won't spoil Micro's character. I know what it is, but I won't spoil it too much. And I think I know Chrissy's character. And then on the 7th, I will again be participating in Terror of Graham, and it'll be me, a Levi called Bird, who's another YouTuber, used to go by the name of Bite, but now is a Levi called Bird. Vadim Newquist, who's the Creationist Cat, the guy who does Creationist Cat videos. He will be there on the 7th, and Christy Winters. So a lot of great people also playing that day. All donations on that day will go straight to this fund and whatnot, and extra money will go to charity and whatnot. So great cause, great people. March 6th, March 7th, March 8th at cat just got in the way at the entirely the wrong part. 7:30 UTC, which I don't know what that is in other people's times. I think it's like 1:30 my Central American time, if I remember right. So 7:30 UTC for D&D. It'll be like 4 to 6 hours. It's gonna be a lot, but you get a lot of cool people. So go check them out. Go check out their Twitch. It'll be on Twitch. It won't be on YouTube. So you gotta do like the Twitch thing. I don't have the Twitch things. I don't have their Twitch channel anywhere nearby. So it'll probably take me a second. I'm sure someone will be able. Micro will be able to find it. I'm sure. But go check them out. It'll be great. So again, lots of cool people. It'll be a fun event. And then on the 8th. Essence of Thought is doing some interviews with some pretty... I don't know the list of people that they're doing interviews with, but again, some YouTubers, trans YouTubers, so doing some interviews. You'll get to learn some things, and all the money, again, will go to this fund. So, that is the exciting things for next week. I should still run longer and harder next week, but in case anybody keeps a schedule, there will definitely not be a taking a look at next week, because I will be busy. So that's not gonna happen, but all the things will be there. It's just so it'll be fun times. Go check it out. It'll be great. It's gonna be a very, 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 very busy weekend for me. So with that said, now I'm gonna go read the chat now that I've got all the things out. Rhetoric says, I gave the thing you should be afraid to Microbloganism 3 days ago. Oh no. Hello, Evan Williams. How are you? Don't worry about being late. Thanks for joining us. Always appreciated. And here I thought the Glinner saga was mostly done. Guess he had Streisand it. Yeah. So sounds like the team Rebecca Watson should be invited to. I don't know. I don't know if Rebecca Watson plays things. I don't know. I don't know Rebecca Watson. I am new to this side of YouTube. If you don't know, I started this channel as an anti-SJWs channel, so it's a little weird for me to be so involved with people like Essence of Thought and Christy Winters, because I used to not get along with them, but now I do. They're great people. I'm sure that I get along with Rebecca Watson as well, but she's a gamer. I'm sure that we get along, but I don't know her personally. I know these groups. I should maybe I will send out a message about that. We have a whole group. Maybe we will. Twitch is bad for watching replay videos because you can't upload a 4-minute video without it being live. First, hate Twitch. Yeah, so we're getting some help from the Surfs. If you don't know them, they're also the Twitch YouTuber channel. They do Twitch streaming and whatnot. They kind of recommended that we do the Twitch thing. So that would be like, if you want that, that's why we're going with the Twitch thing, is because the Surfs kind of recommended it. I think... And I don't know if they're clipping it or if they're going to re-upload the whole thing, but I do know that or it'll be dual streamed on YouTube. Essence of Thought is still kind of figuring it out. Potentially, I might stream it. Like, I might do a video here, like a live stream here for my audience, which will be sort of my perspective of the thing, potentially as well. I must be confused. I thought Rebecca Watson hates EFT. He might. I don't know. I think she might. Um, so yeah. So either way, just lots of people involved. Lots. There's so many wheels. Like everything's. Like not gonna lie. I'm surprised everything's working out so well because there's so much that needs to happen in a very short amount of time. The fact that we got all this together in such a short amount of time is fantastic, though. So, Lance from the Surfs used to make alt-right YouTube videos before he made videos with Dave. He's definition of grifter. Oh, is he? I don't know. Lance from the Surfs. Is that the main guy from the Surfs? Again, I don't necessarily know these people like firsthand. I know some of the people, but not everybody. Okay, so, with all that said, we can move on to, I don't know what I'm supposed to be afraid of. My Discord is off, which is probably why I'm not, oh no, it's not off. It is on. I don't know what I'm supposed to be afraid of here. So with that said, we can move on to beer of the week. I was really hoping I had a picture of this before I started because it was my birthday on Thursday. So happy birthday, R&D! Yay! I have managed to survive being on this planet one more year. Go us! And my wife and my mother-in-law got together and got me a really cool gift, which is they got me a fridge. Which you're like, why do you want a fridge? It got me a little fridge. It's actually not little. It's a lie. It's not little. But now there's a fridge under my desk. So I got that. And then my mother-in-law put in so that I could fill it with beer. So it's not full of beer yet because I just went on a giant... God, I got to go to like the candy store. Oh, happy birthday, Luke. Everybody in the chat said happy birthday, Luke. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. That's super cool. We're all doing the thing. So I have a whole lot of beer and I would love to show it all to you, but I haven't actually put it in the fridge, so I gotta show it in the fridge. But this is one of those beers that I got this week, and it looks... I got it. This is one of those, like, don't judge a book by its cover kind of dealios, and I didn't care. I just was like, we're gonna judge a book by its cover, and we did, and this is the cover. It's a mummified baby eat drinking beer, which I don't, maybe not baby, but it's definitely a small person. So beer of the week is Dead Guy Ale it's a Maybach style ale. Don't know what that means. By Rogue Ales in Newport, Oregon, is 6.8 alcohol volume thingamabobs, 40 IBUs. And I think that was supposed to be an I at the beginning there, but copy and paste every time. It gets me. Oh, goodness gracious. So, in the style of the German Maybach, oh, it's German style. Oof, should be scared now. Maybach, using our proprietary Pac-Man yeast. Oh, what? Pac-Man yeast, that is amazing. Dead Guy is deep, honey in color, with multi-aroma and rich, hearty flavor. So, the can is amazing. I do love the can. I think that's fantastic. Congrats on getting older. Congrats everyone on getting older. Luke and I have both survived all the things, which is great. Okay, so with all of this said, let's give this a pour. See if it's I'm gonna actually, you know what? I give myself such an unnecessary amount of difficulties every time when I'm trying to pour a beer, because I don't just lower the goddamn camera like the dumbass that I am. But whoa, almost spilled it. Oh, that is a good color. Look at that. That is very goldeny. I'm like also fudging it up already. Look at that. That's a very nice honey color. Ooh, that's a little much. That's a little much. You need to calm down. That's a good color though. It does have a nice little. I can see through it, which worries me about beers. I am still of the opinion that you should not be able to see through a beer. A beer should be dark, like my soul, and you should not be able to see through it. So I'm a little slightly concerned. God damn it, camera. Slightly concerned that I can see through it, but that's okay. My room smells like smoke. Oh, smoke's good. So let's see. Is this going to be good? Is it going to taste like honey? Is it going to taste like malt? What's it going to taste like? Ooh, it smells like good beer. I really need better descriptors for beer than it smells like beer. Oh, that's very good. I like that. That is fantastic. Hi, YouTube administrator. You are getting banned Why? Because I don't know who you are. I doubt you are a thing. Put user on timeout. Goodbye. User on timeout. Because I sincerely doubt that YouTube actually, one, cares about my channel. And two, actually cares about my channel. I should actually report that. I'll let one of my moderators can report that message. I cannot be banned. Oh, God, why can't you be banned? Go away. So, with that said, we will move on with all the things. Weed smoke or bad smoke. Yeah, you should, yeah, there's definitely kind of different smokes on things. Okay. So, with all the things that are being said here, go away, YouTube administrator. You're not real. We got ourselves, our video menu for today is going to be, up on the screen if you would like to vote. Let's get there's 2 different accounts. Yeah, if someone can report them, that would be fantastic. I would absolutely love it. People who can do that. Beer smoke. Oh, did you get the beers, the smoked beer? That would be fantastic. Oh, that would be fantastic. That would be really cool. Oh, that's the thing I'm scared of. That's fantastic. So I did find it, Geo. I did actually find the beer, but you know what? It's like the cost of getting it shipped out here is ridiculous. It's just Americans aren't into smoky beers, I guess. I don't know. I'm into, my wife is into smoky scotches, but I personally, I don't know. I'm a little iffy on the smoky things, but that's just me. Okay, so today's video menu, and you'll get a chance to vote here in a second, is Abortions by Hannah Williams. She is one of Paul and Morgan's friends, so good times, probably. 70-Year-Old Transitions by Blaire White, Immigration by ARTB, Debunking Evolution by Genesis Apologetics, Stop Dating by PragerU, SJWs versus Sonic by Geekdom 101, and Flat Earth Proofs by Quantum Eraser. So I did try to, it took me way too long to find a video of I'm a Flat Earther, that I actually wanted to show here. So, if you would like to, vote, all you gotta do is do an upside down eye, vote, and then the number you like to vote for, and we will get all of that going for you here. So we got some really great choices, which I think you will greatly enjoy. So the most of them, I realize that a lot of them we're kind of in the like, most of them are political. We have like Debunking Evolution and Flat Earth Proof, so I'm trying to even it out a little bit more, like half and half. Like half sciencey things, half political things, so that we have a variety. But I did notice we're kind of tipping into the more political stuff, and I know not everyone wants to do that, so we'll get it. But a lot of these are pretty good. The Flat Earth Proof, it's just the Quantum Eraser is always Quantum Eraser being Quantum Eraser. If you don't know who Quantum Eraser is, he's a Flat Earth YouTuber who has like one presentation that he gives over and over again. I think he's like buddy with Nathan Oakley, who beats his children, so you know, fuck him. And so he's all buddy with people. We all need to know his hot anime takes. We need all the hot anime takes from everybody. Number 6 for Geekdom 101. This one's a funny, God, who was it? Person I really like. Really like. What's his name? And I can't remember. TMM, the Masianic Maniac, right? I think that's what it's called. TMM. They made a video on grifters and what's his name? Von Cock Doom, something like that. He wears a stupid mask. And is one of those NT-SJW types. And pretty much what's happening is 4chan is now like putting out like fake news whatevers out there for Doomcock. Thank you. No, not on Doomed. That would be funny. But like 4chan is now putting out fake like leaks, right, from studios or whatever that say like, oh, we are losing so much money on Captain America 2 because not Captain America 2, Captain Marvel 2 because nobody likes this SJW nonsense, and it's all very like clearly fake. Like the people who made the post put lots of hints in there for you to know that it's very clearly fake. And then they're letting people like Doomcock go out and actually like perpetuate that nonsense because he doesn't actually care. Like he's gonna find whatever he wants and get super upset about it. Geekdom 101 pretty much did the exact same thing except with Sonic, and it's funny. Like it's the silliest shit. Like this is like that confirmation bias thing is 100% in play here, where they just find things that they want to be upset about and they put them out as if true and then forget the fact that it's probably not. Quantum Racer got a weird presentation style with his email drafts. They are fantastic. So I do always love Quantum Eraser stuff just because his presentation style is the best. I tried finding a couple of Sleeping Warrior ones, but he's just, I think he's gotten kind of boring. Anthony Riley's just kind of boring at this point. I don't like him. I also tried looking up some like Paul on the Plane stuff, but the Morgile isn't making videos, which makes me sad. I kind of miss the Morgile. And I don't think like Journalism is really making videos anymore. He's doing what I do, which is just stream all the time, which is fine. But I don't want to talk about like a stream for forever and a half, which is all. The beer is delicious. That's good. The guy who looks like he's doing a bad Bionicle cosplay. He is doing a bad Bionicle costume. Geekdom doesn't have confirmation by he's a bad actor. Oh, that's one place. That's one way to take it. I really don't know much about Geekdom. I know, I was actually like starting to get into his videos because I like his video, like I like his nerdy ass shit about like Super Saiyans and whatnots, right? Like that's always fun. Like I enjoy those kinds of videos, like taking apart like what's a Super Saiyan 5 thing, whatever. Like it's fun, it's neat. But like he really doesn't, like after watching that video, and I have actually gotten into the habit of watching the videos a little bit more thoroughly. It's real sad. It really, really is sad. Blair White is definitely a bad actor. I also found a competition for another Blair White wannabe, which is Rose of Dawn, and she's about as bad, which is real sad. Another trans woman who is super transphobic and pushes transphobia, which is real sad. I really hate that. Oh God, I really like one of the things that I always feel real bad about is that when I was doing the anti-SJW thing, when I was in that, right, when I was like, I don't think I'd call myself out alt-right, but I was definitely like a little bit closer to them. That makes me that anyone should be comfortable with. I did a lot of the being like the minority token. I did that so much, and I always feel real gross about it. Like it really grosses me out that I did that. Like I really wish I feel terrible about it. Just like, that was gross. Don't do that one. All right, poll is over. We have number 7 has won with barely won too. Like it was a real close race between 2, 6, and 7. So that was real close, but 7 won out just barely. So we got ourselves a video by Quantum Eraser. If you have not experienced Quantum Eraser yet, you are in for a treat. He is just my favorite. Is this it? Oh, I hate how, yeah, I think this is it. I hate how a lot of these videos don't necessarily do like the way that the downloading bit works. It doesn't necessarily like get the whole title, but this is one of Quantum Eraser's presentations on proofs for flat Earth, so that in and of itself should tell you everything you need to know, honestly. I'm a bad actor too. You can't act for shit. Never put me in a movie. It's true. Like, I do actually appreciate having Micro around during D&D because I don't do accents or voices or anything like that, so I really feel good that Micro is there because he doesn't either. So, but like 2 of our other players like get all into the role playing bit of D&D and whatnot. So yes, buy some merch. Also, buy some merch. Like check out. I need to plug my merch because I do have it. In case you don't know, I have merch. I should grab the mug too. This is one of my favorites. This is the 10 inches of logic shirt. So hashtag 10 inches of logic because that's all you need. You got to feel all 10 inches of logic. So so this is cool. This shirt was actually designed by Microbloganism, so kudos to him for that. It's a great looking shirt. There's It comes in more than one color. I don't remember what they are, but they comes in more than one color. So if you want merch, I have that. I also have a mug with Hobbs, with my logo with Hobbs in it. So if you want a cute picture of Hobbs, that's a good picture of Hobbs. So go check that out if you haven't. I like your debunking flat Earth asshole. You basically diagnose them. It's much better than debunking their dishonest take without evaluating their personality. There is a lot. Oh god. Yeah, Flat Earth Asshole is a god. Flat Earth Asshole. He's such a weirdo. I tried to find a video from him, but he's doing coronavirus stuff right now, which I don't know enough about coronavirus stuff to feel comfortable about talking about it. Also, they're at my hospital, which is neat. Slightly concerning to my family members, but it is really cool. So a lot of the, not a lot, but one of the places that coronavirus people, victims, they're not really victims, coronavirus diagnosed people are, one of the places that they're ending up at is actually the hospital, or the medical center that I work at. So here in Omaha, Nebraska, which already tells you where I work. So just look it up because they're all over the news. And apparently we're doing like the medical center that I work at, also we tackled the Ebola thing back whenever the Ebola thing happened. So we kind of know what we're doing. So I'm not like super concerned, but we have like, I get regular emails about like coronavirus stuff because they're at my hospital. There's some, I don't actually know where they're located on campus, so I couldn't like go visit them or anything, but they are there, and we have our own like, we have our own like emergency plans and whatnot. It's kind of cool. Okay. Not even Minecraft world is flat. It's true. For Aerosmith, I mainly use speech patterns for the character I have planned for next week. I will be doing a voice. My backup character won't be able to speak. Oh, no voices. We're gonna have voices from microblogging. That'll be neat. We love roleplay but can't do voices. It makes being plural tough. We feel bad about damaging the feels of a campaign. Yeah, God, I know that people get like, this has got nothing to do with fucking Quantum Eraser. Like I want to get into it, right? So one, my next character, slight spoilers, I guess. I don't know if you care. Is one, it's a female. So I gonna play a female. I'm gonna try not to be stereotypical, but I'm gonna try to play a female. We're gonna give that a try, just to see how that goes. I'm just not very good. My current one is pretty much my cat. It's Hobbs, and I at least act like a cat most of the time. But trying to get like, I don't know what fucking cats talk like, and I can't quite wrap my mind around it. So maybe I'll try to do a little bit more role play things during the actual stream. We'll see. I'll have to practice a little bit. Okay. I'm in Oregon, and we just had our second case of coronavirus today, 30 miles from me. I was in school. They closed the school for a complete cleaning. Oh, goodness. That is... I know that we've had, like, what, 2 or 3... I don't remember how high we're at, but we're, like, at a worryingly high rate of new cases. I think most of them are on the West Coast, that are not, like, tied to the people, like, that we don't know where they came from. So that's terrifying. I read somewhere that the sale figures of Corona beer dropped by 30%. That is true. Corona is... I should have bought Corona. Corona is actually... it's just retracted, but you're not wrong. I tweeted about it a bit ago because, yeah, Corona is actually losing money right now, like millions of dollars. Is it not somewhere that the sale figures... Is it not... I read an article... I don't know. I tweeted about it. Maybe I'm wrong because I don't tweet things. Stop. No, stop. Oh no, 33% of like Americans don't want to? I don't remember. To be honest, if you own a shit voice, worst case scenario, you end up with a solid joke. It's true. Stop. Okay, Micro's gonna school us on what is actually going with the Corona thing. Something like that. Fake news. But might be fake news. I think it was like 33% of Americans don't want to drink Corona because of coronavirus, which wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Because this is also the country that, like, when there was a survey about education, most Americans said they didn't want their kids learning Arabic numerals because they're Arabic, not understanding things. So I'll let microblogging school us on this. Well, no, it's got nothing to do with the virus. No. Like it's got nothing to do with the virus, which is the problem. But it's got the same name. That's the thing. Uh, they're losing money because people don't want to buy Corona because people are idiots who think that they are related. Um, because they're dumb, right? But they're not actually yeah, you don't get the coronavirus from drinking Corona. Um, they were drinking the virus wasn't mentioned in the question. Um, oh, was it not mentioned in the question? Okay, I have to look at the thing. I think the bill about Corona proves something important wrong. They say it's very costly to provide a poll on stuff, but somehow they had the money to poll people about Corona beer. It sounds like oh, it's CNN doing clickbait. So it sounds like they were just doing like whatever market surveys of like, hey, would you drink Corona? And 33% or whatever percent of people said no, they wouldn't. But it had nothing to do with the coronavirus. They just didn't want to drink Corona, which is also sad because it's delicious beer. So that's a little sad. But okay. Also, it was only 700 people. Ah, those small sample sizes every time. God damn you, CNN! You clickbaity assholes, all of you. So that's fine. Well, microblogotism has schooled us. That's where we're at. When I went to play an int 3 character in D&D, we'd look to American for inspiration. That's a good one. I do like that. Okay, video time. Okay, so Quantum Erasers got things. Here's some merch. I think we're gonna skip ahead quite a bit because most of this intro stuff is just like promotional garbage by Nathan Oakley. Also, fuck Nathan Oakley. Also, don't hit your children. Those sentences need to go together because that's what Nathan Oakley does. He hits children because he's a horrible human being. Don't hit children. It's not good. It's no bueno at all. Not that you need the science behind it, but the science behind it says it's not a good way to teach kids how to do things. Oh my god, your intro is like most of your video. There we go. We'll start here-ish. Here-ish and whatnot. So, with all that said, let's get started on the video proper.
Yeah, ready when you are.
Yeah, so we went over this presentation before. It's a redo. However, I added this one in.
Oh, it's a redo presentation, which is not surprising because honestly, Quantum Eraser has one presentation and they do it over and over again. It's hilarious. So, if you haven't experienced the beautiful presentation style of Quantum Eraser, he writes emails. No joke, because you can see it on the screen. Like I gotta remember the screen is back. Like you can see on the screen that like it's in an email file, right? Like it's just an email that he writes his presentations in, which is really weird. Like it's super odd because Google has like it has free presentations. It's got like free PowerPoint. It's got free Word. So there's like two better ways of putting things together that are owned by Google that he's obviously clearly using and he could use but chose to stay with his silly email. Like it's really odd. It's really just the weirdest behavior I have ever seen anybody engage in. Also, I will make the joke that I will make again later on. It always looks like it's a spam email, like a phishing email from the Prince of Nigeria. Every time it looks like it. Everything is like randomly capitalized. There's no fucking unity. His art style is disgusting. It's great. If you are an art major or care about art, do not watch this video. He commits some crimes against art in this video. He genuinely does. I don't hit children, hit Oakley. I read another article that Trump said that to his base that they would treat coronavirus as a hoax, which would be very fitting for Trump. Yes, he did actually say that it's a hoax. Which is terrifying. Christy Winters was kind of talking about this, about how much like there's been a lot of cuts to things like to government systems because Trump's an asshole, and how that has kind of affected the government's ability to tackle the coronavirus thing. So that kind of sucks. But yes, Trump thinks it's a hoax, which is hilarious. Also slightly terrifying, but mostly hilarious. Hey Red. Also, I think Red did a video about this, so probably listen to him. I think he does. Would you do a presentation in Unity, the gamer engine R&D? Oh, I wish I could use Unity. God, I wish I could program. I know how to program in like the like smallest amount that like I know what an if statement is. But that's about it. Like that's about all I know about it. Art style, I think that Quantum Eraser stuff is definitely like this. This is modern art. Like I will give him that. It is modern art. It is beautiful beautiful presentation of just nonsense. I love it. What did I do a video on? I think did you do a video on or not a video, a thing, a Twitch stream on coronavirus and Trump? Did you do that? No, you were doing South Carolina. I don't know. I saw that you were live and I kind of stepped in, but then I left. No offense. I was trying to help out, do other things, but I thought you did. I could be wrong. Nope. Okay, I'm lying. I could code something for you if you can describe it. I cannot. Oh, I have a button. I forgot about the button. God, I gotta figure out how to get the button. I know how to get the button on here. Speaking of not anything to do with coding, but it reminded me. I've been my favorite way of coding right now is to code in Excel, which is the most dumb way to code anything. But I've been having a lot of fun at work coding a bunch of things because most people at my job are incredibly technologically illiterate, which is really funny. I find it funny. And so I end up coding a lot of our Excel graphs because we do a lot of graphing. We're very data oriented. We take a lot of data. And people have a really hard time with Excel, so I like program Excel to do things for us so that we don't have to so that my coworkers don't have to figure out how to do them themselves. So I spend a lot of time coding in Excel, which is fun. I actually enjoy that. I think it's a lot of fun. I don't know why I like it. I once did like coding on like a Turing machine, which is also a lot of fun. Also really weird and unnecessary, but I love it. Like it's such a neat way to code when you code on a Turing machine. If you haven't learned how to code on a Turing machine, it's really fun. It's a great little puzzle. Like you can get to like I did a plus and minus calculator with carry, that you could carry like extra numbers. I think that's what I did. Like I think that's what I did. I think I did something like that. It's been a while since I coded that little loop or whatever that little program. But yeah, fun times. Every single Excel macro should be burned in hell, and they are a mess. Like my code is absolutely disgustingly awful. I hate it, but it's fun. By the way, PowerPoint is fucking Turing complete. Is it really? Ooh. Punch cards, Oh, I would love to code on punch cards. I think I would have way too much fun. It's way too much fun with that. Okay, so we have entirely derailed off of the art form that is Quantum Erasers' email. We will go back and experience a Quantum Eraser email.
I've had this the flight proof in there for quite some time. Not in the original presentation. I always put it below.
I don't know what this is. Yeah, I know what it is because it's always the same thing. It's the $5 says, right? Because it's always the exact same thing. That this is the how do flights stay level while they fly, and why don't planes just fly out? I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze real bad here. Goodness, I got to the mute button. Yay me. Woo! Woo! That hurt. I hate sneezing. Sneezing's the worst. My wife thinks that I'm crazy for it, but I hate it. Oh God, that's awful. So yeah, so this is probably the why don't planes go into space thing because you know they can't do something new and different. I hate that I wasted my time coding in Minecraft. The code didn't even work well. Coding in Minecraft is also really cool. I also love the fact that you can code in Minecraft. It's really cool. If you're into coding or you just like looking at really cool things, people have made like so at first it started with like calculators, and it was like binary calculators. So it would give you like one, 1001 or whatever, 011 for 2, and 11000 or whatever for 3, and it would spit out, the output would be in binary. These really cool binary calculators, right? They were really neat, and people were programming in Minecraft. And then pistons and lamps got installed, and then people made displays for them. And then pistons got, like, we had like the sticky pistons and slimes, and now people have like full displays, and people have made like graphing calculators within Minecraft, which is insane. I think it's cool. I think it's a really silly way to program, right? Because you program by building circuits, but it's really cool. I do love it. You can also, like, the Wikipedia for Minecraft has like a bunch of circuits that you can build. It's really cool. I love that kind of shit. It's fantastic. I'm here for first time being here. Hello, Warlord. How are you? 2080. Oh, that's gonna be a good time. So welcome to the show. We're talking about flat earthers, probably, maybe, but mostly about Minecraft, because that is way more interesting. Quantum Racer's life ends the day he accidentally sends it to his employer. It's true. Is he employed, though? That's a question. Is he? I shouldn't make fun of unemployment. Unemployment sucks. But also, flat earther. Also, I don't like him very much. That's not programming. That's hardware. People have made fucking insane things in Mario. They did Pokemon in Minecraft. The Pokemon in Minecraft was really cool. I did see that one. There's a lot of really cool things. Minecraft, one of my favorite games ever. I've been wanting to stream Minecraft. Streaming video games seems to go like shit for me, because at least the last time I did it, it didn't look very well. But I would like to get into it again, because I do love it. I love playing Minecraft. And I still play it to this day, like, on a regular basis. I still love Minecraft. Also, I would love to share Sakura Dungeon with you all, because boobs. And I'm sure you would all enjoy it. I'm proud to be unemployed. Yeah. I was unemployed for like a solid month 2 years ago, and it was fantastic. Best fucking month of my life, I swear. It was fantastic. I have friends. I have a couple of friends who are... I have one friend who just retired, like a month or two ago, retired. And she was like super worried about retiring, and I was like, why? Like, I can't fucking wait till I retire. Not that I can, because I'm a millennial and I'm gonna, like, not ever have enough money. But, like, I can't wait to not be at work. I love my job. I can't wait to stop doing it. Like, it's fantastic, but you just gotta stop at some point. And I really wish we could stop earlier in life, because, like, God, just why work that much? It's awful. Ugh, how fucking old are your friends? They're retiring. That fucking old. Minecraft is so fun. It hits all of our different special interests while letting the body do one thing. It's true. You can try it once you have our resolution. Once you have our revolution. It's true. God, I want to retire. God, I want to retire so badly. Okay, with this said,
My files, I put it right beneath. It was real small, because I like the more complicated ones. But this first one, and I didn't put these in any particular order, right?
okay, we're gonna do the thing that I do when I get real tired about this shit. We are going to speed up Mr. Quantum Eraser, because he talks way too slow. Let's try 1.5 speed, see if we can get through this a little bit better.
The first one, because what it does, the reason why I like this one so much now,
Hey,
is
buddy.
it forces Joe Coffey and Betty Breadmaker to fish or cut bait.
What did you call? I'm sorry. What? I had Hobbs over here. What did you? Okay, so one of my other real favorite things about Quantum Eraser is that he uses like weird slang that isn't slang, like it's made up slang, and it's very confusing. So it's you just kind of have to listen to this. It's fantastic.
Put these in any particular order, right? But I wanted to go over this first one because what it does, the reason why I like.
I'm gonna turn him up a little bit, because you really gotta listen to this fantastic slang that he uses for people.
This one so much now is it forces Joe Coffey and Betty Breadmaker to fish.
So his slang for like, I don't know, not normies, I guess. His slang for normies is Joe Coffey and Betty Breadmaker, which I'm also sure is slightly sexist, but I don't know. Like, it's a little weird, and I don't know what he's getting at, but that's what it is. It's definitely a like Joe Coffey and Betty Bread Maker. I love that. I love the fact that that's where we're at. Oh, okay. He sounds like someone making up lines in a movie set in the 1950s without knowing anything about it. It's true. Like, it is so off the walls. It's fantastic. If you ever find him in a comment thread, he is fan. My favorite comment from him is at one point, it was either, I think it was the video that I put on Professor Stick's. Like, if you don't know, I did a video for Professor Stick's channel like way long ago. In the comment section there, Quantum Eraser showed up and was shitting all over Professor Stick, and I was like, hey, come on longer and harder. You know, we do this every week. You were more than welcome to come join us and whatnot's right. And he was like, oh no, I only debate people with PhDs. So how many PhDs do you have? And I was like, bitch, please, how many PhDs do you have? And his rebuttal is still, to this day, is my favorite rebuttal ever from anyone who wants to only debate people with PhD, which was, I don't have any, but I'm pretty sure I could test out of at least 2 or 3. Somebody who thinks that he is smart enough to debate people with PhD, who, like, his standards is PhDs, but also at the same time thinks that getting a PhD as a test is just like the most beautiful example of Dunning-Kruger that I've ever seen. I love his comments. Also, his comments are like copy and pasted comments, and they're exact same comments every time, and all of them are like, Joe Coffey and Betty Bread Maker, which makes no goddamn sense, and nobody knows what you're like. He really does sound like he's trying to talk to all the cool kids, but doesn't know what the cool kids say about shit. So honestly, he's talking about normies. Say the word normies. It's fine. I understand what a normie is, and I'm old as fuck. You can too. Oh. All right, a little bit more here.
Sure, cut bait immediately. Another good thing is it's really good because most people have gotten on a commercial flight before in their life, right? Not too many people that you've known have never flown at least once before in their life. So everyone can relate to this very easily. That's why I like this one so much. So flight, and it's very easy. Since the Earth.
Oh, it is exactly what I thought, right? Exactly what I thought. Oh no, maybe it's not. I'm already getting ahead of myself. Since the Earth. I want to read it because 1, I'm terrible at it, and 2, I'm tired of his voice. Since the Earth is, as we are told, look at this email. I love this email. A sphere 25,000 miles in circumference radius of 3,959 miles, then pilots traveling at a typical cruising speed of 500 miles per hour to simply maintain altitude, called it, would constantly have to adjust their altitude downward to compensate for curvature and descent to 2,777 feet every minute. Let's take a look at flashbacks. I love this so much. Flight is very easy. I have found it very hard. Building a plane takes a lot of effort. It does. I wish that I could be like the cool kids, because all the cool kids, they know the Earth's round because physics. So, yes. I think I did the math at some point, and I don't remember it, and I could probably figure it out, because it's not that difficult of math to do. So if you are traveling at whatever 500 miles an hour, right? Every minute you don't have to, right? You don't actually have to turn down, because gravity's a thing, because because physics is a thing. You don't actually have to like tone your focus. You're like tilt down or whatever, right? But even if you did, right? Even if we pretend that we're right, a quantum eraser is doing a thing here where he's using the big numbers. He's like, oh, it's 2,777 feet. That's such a crazy amount of feet. But when you think about it in not feet, and you think about it in like real things, if you're going like this and you need to like adjust your like how much you're turning down every time, if you need to do that, the degrees of how much you have to turn is incredibly minute. I did this in a video. I really wish I remember what video it was. But it's like less than half a degree is how much you have to like tilt down your nose, right? It's something considering all the other adjustments that you need to do when you're flying a plane, right? Like when you are flying a plane, you need to adjust so much stuff that little bit of change is minuscule in comparison to all the other crap that you have to keep a track of. Planes definitely don't have centers of lift and gravity that would affect the tilt. Anybody who has built a plane in Kerbal and fucked up those centers knows what they know. Yeah, I can bench press 2 million nanograms. I love that. 2 billion nanograms. That you oof. Do you even lift, bro? Do you even lift? All right. Well, listen to him give the explanation.
It is, as we're told, a sphere of 25,000 miles in circumference with a radius of 3959 miles. Then pilots traveling at a typical cruising speed of 500 miles per hour to simply maintain altitude would constantly have to adjust their altitude downwards, right? Makes sense. Excuse me, to compensate for the curvature. Then have to descend 2,777 feet every single minute.
Okay, and I also didn't notice this. He says something real dumb that I didn't notice earlier, which is he said you have to descend to I didn't actually. God, that is really dumb. That is way dumber than I thought it was going to be. You have to descend 2,707 feet. God, the things. Okay, the way that we measure how high we are. There's more than one. But typically, there's more than one way. Typically, and I think this is the one that planes use, is they use how far you are from sea level, right? So you can do like sea level, or you can do like center of the earth, but sea level is, I think, the one that planes use. How far you are from sea level. So you don't actually have to descend 2,707 feet, because if you did that, you'd be getting lower and lower and lower and lower and lower as your plane flew. You'd be landing. And that's not what planes do. So you don't actually have to descend. You just have to stay at the same. You just have to stay at the same altitude the whole time. You don't have to make any descending or ascending anything. Just stay at the same altitude, and that would cover this problem. This idea that you have to descend is dumb. You don't descend. That would make you land eventually. Just stay at the same altitude. There's no descending needed. I can pee several hundred million millimeters. Yes. I imagine he thinks it goes on a straight line for a minute and then turns 90 degrees, goes down a little bit, but turns again and repeats. Yeah, it's a very confused. I'm really confused as how he thinks planes work. Like I can imagine that he thinks here's the surface and planes just go and then back up and then back up. I guess that's one way to fly a plane. I don't think that's the most optimal. Modern ones may use a GPS and see height, but yeah, all the times you estimated via the downwards tilt of your magnetic field. So again, there's more than one way to measure things, which is part of the problem. And Quantum Eraser picked a really weird way to describe this. Because of course he did. Okay, a little bit more. Hobbs is now sitting on me, so and we're real close to a break.
So the Earth curvature formula, based on a sphere with a radius of 3959 miles, is 8 inches per mile squared. I mean, this Pythagorean theorem. It doesn't matter Pythagorean or trig or the Sagitta. It doesn't matter. It's roughly this, and everyone knows it. So if you take this 8 inches and you use your 500 miles, right? We're going 500 miles an hour. That's what we're using squared. So all you have to do. This is just simple math. You convert inches to feet. That'll give you 1,600, or I'm sorry, 100,606.
Okay, he's just going over his math. His math is probably wrong, and I'm not about to sit here and look at it, because it's not like the math isn't the problem here. It's buddy, you can't take those with me. I need those, you little asshole. Did he say trag? He might have said trag instead of trig. So the problem is probably your math. I'm sure your math is wrong, because you started at the wrong uh way of approaching this. Like you're not descending. You can't. Descending means that you are getting closer to the surface of the earth. So the fact that you think that you need to descend always, like, it tells you a whole lot. It really, really does. Like the fact that that's what you think needs to happen tells you that you really don't understand what the hell you're talking about, which makes sense. Okay, so with that said, we are going to take a quick break because I am all out of beer, so I'm going to get myself a new beer. Hopefully, hey, future peoples, I still got to pee, of course, but beer will soon be here, so we might not have to take as long of a breaks because beer will be closer. But with that said, we are going to enjoy some fan art, enjoy some royalty-free music, and we will be back in just a little bit. All right, everyone, and we're back with more silly quantum eraser nonsense, all the cool stuff. We got ourselves our beer, we got ourselves our things. Chat is doing its thing. Everything is good. Everything's fine. It's fantastic. So before I go, I do have to remind people. See if I can pop this open. Bam, super cool. That remember that next week I will be doing charity light fundraiser stream thing. So definitely go check it out. It'll be me, Microorganism, Kevin Logan. Chat has the link. Go check it out. Is that the chat? Yeah, that is the chat. I hope that's the chat. So go check it out if you would like to help raise money for Trans Fund, and to help fight transphobes on the internet. Help fight transphobes on the internet. Always a good cause. So check it out. I will be playing next Saturday and next Friday at some hours. 7:30. Is that what I said? 7:30 UTC. Whatever that means. No, PM. I already forgot. But I will be doing a thing. I can actually look. No, I can't because I turned it off. But okay, with all of that said, we got ourselves some more wonderful quantum eraser to look at, listen to, make fun of, all the things. I will do it better. Do you like D&D, hate transphobic asshats? You can come watch. It's true. If you like D&D and you hate transphobes, come check me out as I play. And also I will have some great friends with me. Kevin Logan, Microblogism, Chrisiosity, Chrissy Winters, Vadim Newquist, a Levi named Bird, a Levi called Bird. I will one of these get that right. We'll all be doing charity streams with Essence of Thought being the DM. So cool stuff will happen. Check it out. Help us raise money. And all that good stuff. Will happen Friday, Saturday of next week. It will be a lot of cool people and R&D. It's true. I will be the less cool people of that, but that's fine. Okay. So we are learning today about how physics does not work. From Quantum Eraser, who thinks he knows how physics works. He does not, because he is just not the smartest, just not the sharpest knife in the toolbox today.
66 feet of curvature. The total drop in altitude needed in 1 hour to maintain altitude, right? That's what it says.
Okay, again, this is super silly. You can't... You can't have a drop in altitude to maintain altitude. That sentence... Oh, Hobbs is stepping on everything. Oh, buddy, you stepped on everything. That sentence makes no goddamn sense. Like, it makes no sense for you to say that you need to have a drop in altitude in order to maintain altitude. I don't... It's frustrating that somebody's brain thought that sentence made sense. I am very confuzzled at the moment as to why somebody thought saying that would... It hurts. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed, looking kind of dumb with his finger and his thumb in the shape of an L on his forehead. Yeah, go Smash Mouth. The only good song you ever had. I think. I think it's the only song you ever had. Gosh.
27 feet per minute. Altitude descent at 500 miles per hour to maintain altitude. This is very easy. A flippin' roller coaster would be placid serenity in comparison.
No one. What? A roller coaster would be what? A flippin'... Okay, also, the lack of swearing is adorable. The flippin' roller coaster would be a placid serenity in comparison. No. So, think about roller coasters is not actually... It's not like... Right? It's not the distance that you drop that matters, right? Like, one of my favorite examples... Okay, finish your thought first. It's not how far you drop that matters. It's how quickly you do that drop that matters, right? That's what makes all the churning things, right, feel. What's 2000 let's do the tiniest bit of math. 2,777 feet. Also, I found a really cool video on the things on the Twitters, and I'm going to share it later. But, okay, 2,777 divided by 60, right, because we got 60 seconds. So that's 46 feet per second. If we were to if we were to like again, let's pretend for a second that that's what we're doing, right? We're actually dropping altitude, which is not what's happening, because you can't drop altitude to maintain altitude, you dummy. But it's that change that matters. It's not how fast you change. Well, it's how fast you change, that's what I'm saying. But it's not how fast you're going, and it's not the distance that you're going. This is how my favorite example of this is, if you've ever been to Disneyland, they have the Star Tours, or at least they used to have Star Tours, which or the what's the other one? Universal Studios had like the Back to the Future ride or whatever, which are pretty much, they stick you in a dark room, and then they stick you in a box within the dark room, and then they move around the box that you're in, and the way that they move around your box makes you feel, and then it makes you feel like you are moving a greater distance than that you are, and then they trick your brain into thinking that you are making these big changes in health, in distance, by putting a screen in front of you which shows an image of, like, shows you moving. And is incredible. Like, you can feel, right, because it doesn't actually matter that you didn't fall like 20 feet to avoid a T-Rex, and you only fell a few inches. It matters how quickly you fall, and how gravity affects you in that. The fact that those kinds of rides exist goes to show you that your idea that somehow falling 36 feet, or falling 46 feet per minute, you would feel that. But again, you're not actually doing that. But if you're falling at that, so okay, I shouldn't say that. If you're falling 46 feet per minute, you wouldn't necessarily feel that, depending on how fast, how you're accelerating. The reason that you feel when you are falling that fast is because you are you are starting at nothing and then going to terminal velocity real quick. It's not how it always feels. Again, you talked about the plane thing. You go from whatever height that planes fly into landing. You do that in a few minutes, and you don't, you feel a little bit of gut wrenching, but you don't actually feel this like gut wrenching. However, when you hit the slightest bit of turbulence that just rocks you up and down real fast, it's that going from nothing to up and down real quick that actually makes your stomach move. It's the acceleration that matters. It's not the velocity, and it's not the distance. It's just the acceleration that matters. Why does this have to be explained to people? He is not the most injured person in the car crash. He's not. Goodness gracious.
Here's the punchline. The nose of the plane on a typical flight would never get above horizontal, save for takeoff. No. If you've flown on a plane before, and I present this argument to you, you have to fish or cut bait real quick. I did this with my...
I'm sorry, you have to what? I'm going to slow him down. One, he's talking too fast for all of a sudden he's like, I'm going to talk too fast. Also, he said something really silly, and I want to hear it. So say your silly thing again, silly man. Entertain me.
I present this argument to you, you have to fish or cut bait real quick.
You have to fish or cut me real quick? Is that what he said? You have to fish or cut me. I don't know what that means. Not gonna lie to you all, I don't know what he means by that. The more he talks, the more he reminds me of the end of Joe Biden episode of episode 1. No.
I did this with my neighbor. He's pretty intelligent. And this is the first one that I tried it on, right? I just said, well, think about this. He flies all over the place, right? And it stopped him right in his tracks. I could see the look on his face. Like, oh, no. Right?
I am sure that I want to give you a look, because what you are saying makes no goddamn sense. Fish or cut bait? Is that what he said? Fish or cut bait? So I heard Fisher. So I heard like Fisher Price. Fish or cut bait. Oh. I think what does that mean? Okay. Let's. What does fish or cut bait mean?
cut bait. Stop vacillating and act on something or disengage from it.
Oh, that's an actual thing. It's an actual thing. I didn't know that. Informal North American, to stop vacillating and act or on something or disengage from it. Fish or cut bait. I didn't know that. Okay. Fish or cut bait. Okay. Like it's kind of like put your money where your mouth is kind of thing. Like you gotta like actually do the thing. Okay. Makes sense. It's weird. I'd never heard of that one before.
So you have to fish and cut bait with this. It's just that simple.
Fish
So
and cut
I
bait.
don't really
Apparently.
know any argument against this.
Whatever. Shut up. That's the real. Okay, buddy. That now I get it. Right. It took my chat to decipher the words that you were saying for me to understand it. So thank you, chat.
You?
No, but I'm thinking about all these 666s and 777s, but
Hey guys, there's like 3 6s in a row, and there's like 3 7s in a row. Isn't that weird? To be fair, words aren't my strong. It's true, they're not. They wouldn't have those 6s if they used the metric system. It's true. Oh God, Nathan, okay, you're dumb.
I'll maybe ask you about that later.
Yeah. Oh, the number. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah.
I'm not
really all
either.
that
I can hear you stuttering, and I'd be the same if I was just asked that. I'm not either, but I'm just. There's got to be surely there's a mathematical or logical reason why you're always coming out with these 666s and 777s when you do any globe math.
I do love this. This is the best part. Like there's so many 6s, right? When you divide, so he didn't actually divide the radius of the Earth, the circumference of the Earth, right? Because the circumference. So fun fact, that's not actually the circumference of the Earth. That's a good estimate, which is why I think we can let him go with it. 25,000 miles is not the circumference of the Earth. It's got a like specific, which we will look up, which I don't remember. What is the circumference of the Earth?
The circumference of Earth is 24,901 miles.
Okay, so we take his thing, right? And we take the whatever Google just told me. And we do the math using that. We will get slightly different numbers. And I'm not sure that it matters that like the numbers are going to be like it matters, right? That the numbers are going to be slightly off. He also used a typical cruising speed of 500 miles per hour. That again is an average of some variety that he arbitrarily pick. That's an average, just like driving in a car. You sometimes go faster, you sometimes go slower, by a mile or few miles at a time. So the fact that you got these numbers with the numbers that Quantum Eraser chose means nothing, because Quantum Eraser chose not the numbers that are actually the numbers. So Nathan Oakley, you need to stop. Like the fact that you got these numbers are because those are the numbers that Quantum Eraser picked. They're not the actual numbers. Also, not Satan. Also, stop. Also, just stop.
Yeah, numerology is outside my scope. I don't spend any time with it.
That is probably the smartest thing you will ever do in your life.
So I'd be the wrong person to ask about that.
Now, I'm not asking for. I'm saying, is there a mathematical reason as opposed to like the whatever numerological people describe their techniques as? Is there just a mathematical reason?
Nathan, is there a mathematical reason why you got this number when you divided one number by the other? Yes, there is a mathematical reason. It's because you divided one number by another number. That is your mathematical reason. God damn. It's been a bit since we talked about flat earthers, and oof. Can we go back to talking about transphobes, because they are less annoying. Yeah, if you do the math, sometimes 6s show up. It's really that easy. Like sometimes that's what you do. It's oh God, it's outside your scope. It's true.
I have no idea.
Fair enough. Moving on.
To be to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not going to conjure something up.
Quantum Eraser. Quantum Eraser. You just stop. Just stop. Just I can't. I just can't. I love this. Oh god. Fucking numerology is outside my scope. I'm not just gonna conjure shit up. Dude, buddy, like, oh, we need to have a sit down chat here about conjuring shit up and something being outside your scope. All of this is outside your scope. All of this is you conjuring shit up. All of this is doing the thing that you said you weren't going to do, and I love it. God, you are just oh god, you're a beautiful human being who just makes my day with your stupidity, and I love every bit of it. I really do. Oh gosh.
Fair enough.
I've
I'd
looked
rather you
into
didn't.
the subject. Go ahead.
I'd rather you didn't. There's no point making it up if there's no logical or mathematical reason for why we get these reoccurring 6s and reoccurring 7s. You know, like you say, the numerology guys go nuts over it, but you know,
And
each their own.
no, I'm not putting them down. I'm not saying I'm remaining neutral here, because it's out of my scope. I won't speak to it. If something's out of my scope, you'll barely hear a peep out of me.
I can't. This is oof. Oof, buddy. Oof. Oof, buddy. Oof. Oof. Dear Quantum Eraser, who will never watch this video. Everything is out of your scope, my friend. Like, not gonna lie to you. Everything is out of your scope. Like, all of this is out of your scope. This is out of your scope. The math is out of your fucking name is Quantum Eraser. You are out of your Okay, so what I missed? All is stupid. You missed all this. Okay.
I'll be the quiet mouse in the back, right?
I just buddy, I can't handle you today. I just can't.
There's a lot of people that need to take some advice in that genre. Follow?
I'm not mentioning any names.
I will mention all the names. People who should take advice on this genre of not talking outside of their level of expertise. Quantum Eraser. Maybe don't talk outside of your level of expertise. Just saying. If you say sentences like you have to descend 2,777 feet, 77 feet to maintain altitude, buddy, you are talking a little bit outside your genre. Also, I love the fact that you use genre that way. I think that's fantastic. Nathan hates this song. I would play it, but I feel like I'd get a thing. Will I get a thing for this? I'm gonna click on it to see what it is first. Oh no, I clicked on it. Oh no, something went wrong. Nothing go wrong. It did the thing that I didn't want it to do. Will I get whatchamacallit? Oops, something went wrong. That's not a real link. You lied to me. You're gonna hate it. I know it's not real. It's not a real link. It's a broken link, and I don't like it. Okay.
Yeah, we don't need to mention any names. So I don't know. Like I said, there's not too many arguments against this. People say, well, gravity. Well, even if it existed, it doesn't preclude the.
Buddy, you call yourself Quantum Eraser. You pretend to understand physics, and here you are being like, if gravity existed. Buddy. Oh.
Fact that the nose would have to go down. So, I don't know. I don't know any argument against this.
But they do
what's-
fly nose up though, don't they? They fly slightly angled up.
Sure, the nose is slightly angled up, very slightly. And let me tell you something: if you've flown for any amount of time, if that plane drops 20 feet, you know it. If you're in the cabin, you know it.
You don't, right? As somebody who falls asleep almost immediately who gets into a plane, you don't. I already talked about this. You only feel it if it happens real fast. If it happens real slow, like say takeoff and landing, you're not. I mean, takeoff you kind of feel it, but landing, like you don't actually feel those changes if they happen in a certain amount of time, because the distance doesn't matter. It's how quickly you do it or how quickly you accelerate to it that matters.
Right? So we're talking 2000.
Right click, open a new tab. I did right click and open a new tab, and then I got a oops, something went wrong. I got an oops, something went wrong with a dog holding an electrical wire. Not gonna lie, that's what I got. Does Quantum Eraser drive? How does he steer? Does he just point his car in the direction and have no corrections? It is very weird. I do like the analogy of driving, right? Because even if you are driving middle of Nebraska, let's use Nebraska, right? Even if you're driving in the middle of Nebraska, you have to make like slight adjustments constantly. And the thing to think about this, like he's using big numbers, and that's important for the thing that he's trying to do, right? He chooses units. This is something we talked about earlier. He uses units that look big, right? Because they look, big numbers are scary. It's like that. It's like that thing that the flat earthers do, where they're like, "Oh, with the equator, you are traveling at 1,000 miles an hour." Linearly, you're not wrong. Like you are traveling at 1,000 miles an hour, like linear speed. But also, it makes no goddamn sense to use linear speed to talk about rotation. It's dumb. It's a dumb way to measure things. But 1,000 miles an hour sounds big and scary, because the alternative is run rotation per 24 hours, which doesn't sound as scary. And so they choose not to say the more accurate numbers and choose to say the less accurate, not necessarily less accurate numbers, but the bigger numbers in order to explain things, because that sounds scary. Dropping, right? Imagining dropping 2,707 feet. Dropping in 1 minute sounds scary. Like, can you imagine just like, woof? But it's not like, that's not what's happening. You have to take acceleration into account. And that makes a big difference. If you're accelerating from zero, like this is the thing, like I said earlier, if you're flying on a plane and you're just flying steady, you don't feel that you're dropping and like you are dropping and raising constantly, because you don't stay at the same level the whole time. And you don't necessarily notice those. The ones that you notice are the where you drop like a few feet suddenly. It's that sudden change that are the ones that you notice. But big numbers are scary, so let's use big numbers. Okay.
1,777 feet per minute. So I don't know how you get around this. I really don't. I'd like to hear it. Please, somebody, put the argument out there. Don't put it in chat. I guess I can look at the comments over the next couple of days. I'd like to hear it.
I will put this out there. Not that you listen to me, Quantum Birds, but you can watch the stream and like you are picking dumb numbers, you're picking dumb scales. The fact that you say stupid shit like descend in order to maintain altitude shows you that you don't even understand the very basics of the things that you're talking about.
Oh, that reminds me.
It's not scary like that. It's less than gravity would drop you. How much? So what did we say? It was 46 feet per second. Is that what we ended up with? What is gravity in feet? I don't know gravity. I don't know gravity in feet. I know gravity in meters. It's 9.8 meters per second, right? So God, what's 9.8 meters? What's 9.8 meters? That's 3 feet. 9.8. Let's run it up to 10. So 10 meters, that's 300 feet per second, right? Right-ish? Okay, let's do 9.8 times 3. Which is 29. So it's a little bit faster. It's a little bit faster than gravity. Granted, gravity is acceleration, not necessarily velocity. Because it'd be squared, right? 32 feet. I got 29. So yeah, 32 feet per second. So that's we got there eventually, which is actually it is about gravity. Because I think we got to 46 feet, so it's not too far. It's a little off, but not too much. It's a little bit faster than gravity. I mean, that is a lot of feet. Where would you put the many feet from the dead people? It's true. Gravity's acceleration is 10 feet per second. First 10 seconds. Yeah, it's a square thing. It's always feet squared. So that's, yeah. All of these, the problem is that all of these numbers, in the context that he's using, make no sense, right? You don't. So he says things like you descend whatever almost 3,000 feet per minute. You don't descend. That makes no sense. He says things like you need to descend in order to keep altitude. That makes no sense. It makes no sense to descend to keep altitude. To keep altitude means to not descend or ascend. So it literally makes no sense to talk about it in this ascending descending way. You don't change altitude. So what he is imagining is that planes are somehow always moving in this like straight line from when they take off, which like they're not. They're moving in a curve. Oh gosh. If you have square feet, your shoes look weird. It's true.
Go ahead.
Do you remember a guy called Gav? Maybe not.
Yeah, I know Gav.
Not Gav beyond the imaginary curve, Gav. A different Gav. He had a Discord server for a while. Maybe not. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think his channel for a time was called Flat Earth After Party.
I love this interruption. It's very very good. It's a very good interruption.
In any event, he's just released a whole series of videos of passengers going up to pilots and saying, do you adjust for the curvature? Do you do anything with Coriolis? Questions like that. And in at least 2 of them that I'd watched, the pilots are like, yeah, we know it's flat. I was gobsmacked.
Okay, again, the fact that there are flat Earth pilots is not. It's okay. Fun story about work, which I love telling because I hate my job sometimes. Fun story about work is so I work in autism. What is my clinic called? Center for Autism Spectrum Disorders. So I work not primarily, but I work with a lot of individuals with autism. So you would think that a lot of the people who would work at my clinic would be knowledgeable. Let's go with knowledgeable. Knowledgeable about what are the causes for autism, which, by the way, we don't know. There's the genetic components and there's like not genetic components, environmental components involved, and we don't necessarily know what the what the cause of autism is. But because we work in the field of autism, we are constantly bombarded with this idea of like vaccines cause autism, right? In my job, I work at a hospital. I work in a field that you need to be fairly intelligent to like you don't just get into it. You need a degree. You need special training. You need a whole lot. Like this isn't a job for anybody. Even in my job, I still find the occasional person who says vaccines cause autism. I work in a clinic where we understand what causes that. Not what causes, but we understand that vaccines don't cause autism. And you still get those people. I am not surprised at all that out there are pilots who think that the Earth is flat. That does not at all surprise me. Any more than there's this one doctor. God, and I wish he sounds like his name always sounds like lying. Dr. Lyle, Dr. Liley, Dr. Lyle something. Who has a doctorate if I remember right, in physics, like he has a doctorate in physics, and he's a young Earth creationist. Just because you work in a certain field, you have a certain degree, you have a certain level of education, does not mean that you are not susceptible to really stupid ideas. Well, there was a TikTok. Don't ever TikTok, by the way. But there was a TikTok of this one nurse who went on there to tell all of her whatever TikTok followers. I don't know what TikTokers have. Her followers, that the best way to stop STDs was abstinence only. And that was her method. This is a nurse who should fucking know better than to, like, she should understand that abstinence only is not a good way, like, to actually prevent STD. There's just because you're in that field, just because you know these things, does not actually mean that you are smart in those things. Those like, they're two separate categories. So I am not surprised that there are flat Earth pilots out there. I am sure that there are outliers, and I'm sure you will never talk about all the other pilots who, again, like, and I will mention names, people like Wolfie, who have demonstrated on airplanes how airplanes work, who have demonstrated that the Earth can't be flat and use, like, the piloting equipment that they use. You will ignore those people and instead focus on these, like, one or two people that you interviewed on the street and were like, oh, the Earth is flat and I'm a pilot. You will pay more attention to them and ignore people like Wolfie, who will say that the Earth isn't flat and who will show you that the Earth isn't flat using airplane equipment. You will ignore them to pay more attention to these because you are biased. You're just, that is what you do. This is the Ray Comfort thing. This is the Steven Crowder thing, where you go onto a college campus and you ask a bunch of people and you pretend as if the people that you asked somehow speak for everyone rather than speaking for themselves. I got into a rant. Oh. Okay, so no, seriously, vaccines do cause autism. Without vaccines, there would be a lot less people with autism. You're not wrong. There'd be a lot less people. That's sad because it's true. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, here we go.
I'll stick them out and share them with you. You'll love them. You'll love them. I'll share them with you.
Yeah, like I said, you wouldn't have. What other answer could they give? I'm not surprised at that at all. They can't give any other answer than that.
I love this fact because, yeah, people can't give you answers because you're asking a real dumb question. You play.
Most of them, I'll tell you what, most people are just like us. We never thought about it. Well, I'm using most here generalized. I've sat, in the military, I've flown all over the world a number of times. I always got the window seat. I never thought about it once. I never looked down and said, I wonder, is the Earth flat or curved? That thought never even crossed my mind, ever. So.
Now, I don't actually genuinely know much about the military. I will say this much. Another YouTuber friend of mine, Sean Hufford, has kind of, I want to say, exposed Quantum Eraser. What is it called? As a pretending to be military. So I trust Sean a whole lot more than I trust Quantum Eraser. So I will be kind of questioning Quantum Eraser's actual military experience. Valor Chasers, is that what they're called? Valor or something? So Stolen Glory, there we go. Military does suck. Abolish military, yes. Like has, aside the politics of the military, which I have opinions of. Aside from that, Sean Hufford has kind of exposed Quantum Eraser is not actually that more than likely not actually have been part of the military, and he just uses that as part of his argument, which is real shitty because you like it's. I don't while I don't agree with the military, it's still a job that you do, and it's still a job that is very hard on a lot of people. And I've known a lot of people who've been in the military, and they have gone through a whole lot of not fun things, and it's just not like a fun thing to pretend to be. Also, get rid of the military. It fucking sucks. But the individual themselves, I don't like to be harsh on the individuals. I like to be harsh on the complex part, not the individual part. So don't do that, is what I would say. But that's just me. I thought I had glory stolen once. It was just falling down behind the sofa. It does happen. I still all that valor and share with the masses. That's good. Yes, the military exists to defend the capitalism and the state. It is very true. Like, I 100% like agree with you on that. I don't like to be dicks to the actual individuals, because being a like I don't like to be dicks to the cogs in the machine. Like, they don't necessarily know what they're doing. Not in that way. Like, the bigger picture is different than the cogs, right? We all gotta make a living, is how that works. Or whatever. I lost my glory at the glory hole. Oh no. Okay, with that said, we got a little bit more of this to watch. Almost done with beer and almost done with the show. So let's try to get a little bit more in. We are nowhere near done this video. This is a long video.
Did mine? I know we've had this conversation before.
Talked about that. Yep.
Well, I was a rep, so I was travelling all over the world. Very different reasons to you. But I absolutely did consider it. Not because I was considering it as a flat earther. I would think to myself, for example, I wish I could get higher to see the curve. Look how flat it looks. Now, that wasn't in any way acknowledging that the Earth could be flat, because I didn't until, I heard Math Powerland utter those words without them being in ridicule. But prior to that, I'd considered it in the respect that I'd looked out and gone, wow, look how flat it is. If only I could get up to 70,000 feet and see the curve.
See the curve. Okay. Not gonna lie, I think we reached the point where we're just gonna be repetitive as fuck, and I don't feel like listening to it. With that, I think we are gonna end a little bit early today. Because I think we reached the point where we're just gonna talk about the same tired old nonsense that we always have. So I will end this show by saying that you should, one, not listen to flat earthers. That's a bad idea. And two, if you can, I do want to spend the last minutes saying this. If you are free, dear viewers of the now and of the future, please do go check me out and Microbloganism on Twitch next week. Link in the chat. Also, I'll try to put it in the description. Promises, not keeping that promise necessarily. Do try. Let's go back to housekeeping here. If you can, do go check us out. We will be doing D&D sessions. We'll be raising money for a good cause. It's definitely a cause worth you all supporting. So I would greatly appreciate it if you would all show up. All people who watch this video at some point or another would go show up and help out Essence of Thought. And if it doesn't go to Essence of Thought, it will go to I'm assuming a wonderful charity. I'm going to trust Essence of Thought in that one. It will go to a trans charity of some variety, if I remember right. But I will be having it will be me being, silly and whatnot on the internet. So come check it out. March 6th, March 7th at some time that I said earlier. Let's see if I can find the time again before I lose it. At 7:30 UTC, which is 7:30 PM, what's that, 19:30? 19:30 UTC. If you would like to check it out, I will be me, Microbloganism, Christiosity, and Kevin Logan on Friday the 6th. It'll be Christy Winters, Vadim Newquist, myself, a Levi called Bird on Saturday the 7th, all at 19:30 UTC. Come check us out. Donate some money if you can. It would be greatly appreciated. I may or may not be streaming it myself from my end so that you can kind of see the experience from the player side. But either way, do check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. We're going to end the show here for today. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next time.